sort of salaries do we expect for the big data engineers?
You can go till in the range of 20-25 as well.
So, is there any friction for freshers to enter into this field?
SQL and one coding language if you know, so you will be good to go.
From TCS till Walmart, किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं बेसिकली इंटरव्यू में, कितने राउंड्स होते हैं? तो बेसिकली जो टारगेट कंपनीज होती हैं यही सुनने में आता है कि इन्फोसिस निकल जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, TCS निकल जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, और आपका तो कोड वीटा में भी हो गया था. सो कैन यू टेल अस सम सर्टिफिकेशंस दैट वी कैन हैव for coming into the data field or the cloud field?
And currently I've been working as a data engineer with Walmart India.
So can you tell us some projects also that a fresher should make?
Idea would be to build an end-to-end pipeline where you are collecting the data from a particular source. This data would be in raw format, so you would have to clean as per your need.
So someone who's having a weak coding background, can that person come into this field easily?
I would say you don't have to be an expert at coding, right?
Hi everyone, my name is Shivangi Tiwari and welcome back to my channel. आज की पॉडकास्ट में हमारे साथ शलभ अग्रवाल हैं. He has 7 years of working experience in the field of data engineering and इनको expertise है in the field of data science and big data. So आज की पॉडकास्ट will be around big data. We will ask questions from him कि कितना friction point होता है अगर as a fresher आप big data field में जाना चाहते हो. What are the steps that you should follow? Interview process कैसा होता है? He has also experience in interviewing students. So he will tell us कि किस type के questions as an interviewer he asks and all of this in today's podcast. So आज की podcast बहुत interesting होने वाली है. But before we start, make sure you hit that like button. In today's time, data is everywhere and so are the opportunities for people who can work with it. So if you are also aiming to become a data scientist, data analyst or a machine learning engineer, then Boss Coder Academy can definitely help you out. They have an industry relevant program that can help you develop the right skill with the help of hands-on projects. And this is just a trailer. If I tell you in detail about the program, then their curriculum is very structured and industry relevant, where you will be learning important topics like SQL, machine learning, NLP, deep learning, Excel, Python, etc. All the other tons of programs that are required for you to come into this industry. Along with this, you will be getting live classes by industry experts, and in live classes की recordings भी आपको मिलेगी जिसको आप lifetime access कर सकते हो. You will be getting one-on-one mentorship, and also you'll be working on hands-on projects like email categorization tools and mood-based music recommendation. साथ साथ आप real world case studies पर भी काम करेंगे, and also you will get 100% job assistance as they have partnered with 250 plus companies with their specific recruitment cell. They have 1000 plus alumnus who are placed in amazing companies and कुछ success stories आप अपनी स्क्रीन पर देख सकते हो. अब लर्निंग के साथ साथ कुछ और इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स होते हैं जो कि आपके रिज्यूमे बिल्डिंग में और आपके रिज्यूमे शॉर्टलिस्टिंग में और आपके जॉब लगने में काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. सो बॉस कोडर आपको वो सेशंस भी प्रोवाइड करेगा, लाइक योर लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, आपकी प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग, पोर्टफोलियो बिल्डिंग, मॉक इंटरव्यूज एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. Mentors की बात करूँ, so you'll be taught by industry experts who are already working with companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, etc. So you will get good guidance. एंड आप इनके पोर्टल पर जाकर अप टू 3 मेंटोर सेलेक्ट कर सकते हैं बाय लुकिंग एट देयर लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल. प्रोग्राम के फीस और बाकी डिटेल्स की बात करूँ तो आप इनकी वेबसाइट पर जाकर सारी डिटेल्स अच्छे से देख सकते हैं. और एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट बात यह है दैट आफ्टर यू गेट एनरोल्ड इन द कोर्स यू गेट एन ऑब्जर्वेशन पीरियड ऑफ 14 डेज, और इन 14 डेज में अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि कोर्स अप टू द मार्क नहीं है, आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस को बीट नहीं कर रहा है, देन यू कैन डेफिनेटली टेक अप योर रिफंड इन दीज 14 डेज. सो देयर इज अ लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन. गो क्लिक ऑन दैट लिंक एंड एंटर योर डिटेल्स सो दैट यू गेट अ कॉल बैक फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट्स जिनसे आप प्रोग्राम की बाकी सारी डिटेल्स पूछ सकते हैं अगर आपको कोई भी कन्फ्यूजन है. सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू चेक आउट द डिस्क्रिप्शन एंड पिन कॉमेंट फॉर द लिंक. चलिए वीडियो में आगे बढ़ते हैं. So now let me welcome Shalabh on my channel. Hi Shalabh, how are you doing?
Hey Shivangi, I'm doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing awesome. So can you briefly introduce yourself to my audience?
Sure Shivangi. Hello everyone, I'm Shalabh Agrawal, a data engineer by profession and a problem solver by passion. I have around 7 years of experience into data engineering, big data, cloud technologies, and currently I've been working as a data engineer with Walmart India.
Shalabh, can you tell us about your life's journey so far?
Sure. Well, my life journey has been full of roller coaster ride. काफ़ी सारे ups and downs आए उसमें. There were a lot of confusions what I shall be doing. So I'll start from this very starting. So initially I was in Hindi medium till 6th. I used to study. I was part of the Hindi medium board. And then when I came into class 7, I made a transition from Hindi medium to English medium. So initially तो idea काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग लगा मेरे को कि नाउ आई विल बी स्टडिंग एवरीथिंग इन इंग्लिश. But the moment I joined the new school and the moment classes started, I realized like it sounds interesting but उतना interesting है नहीं because I started facing a lot of challenges. Earlier I was reading everything in Hindi, now I have to study everything in English. So एक काफ़ी इनिशियल 6 to 8 months काफ़ी टफ रहा था क्योंकि सब कुछ नया था. इवन बेसिक थिंग्स आई यूज टू स्ट्रगल. बट देन स्लोली एंड स्टडीली विद द हेल्प ऑफ माई टीचर्स, माई पेरेंट्स, वो थोड़ा मेरे को कवर करने लगा, कवर किया मैंने. देन अगेन नेक्स्ट 2-3 years it was going good, and then I came into class 10th. I did well. By that time I get good understanding, studying in English everything, communicating in English everything. So एक थोड़ा एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग बन गई काफ़ी अच्छी 10th तक. Then again after 10th, again a turning point came. Like every other students, I was also very much confused कि क्या करना है आगे जाके. साइंस लेनी है, कॉमर्स लेनी है, या फिर कुछ आर्ट्स टाइप करना है. So I was interested in science. Maths was my favorite subject, so I used to like maths very much. But my father was from the commerce background, so he wanted कि अगर कॉमर्स कर ले तो I can join him as well. So आगे का कुछ इतना थोड़ा एक safer side हो जाएगा. But again there was no as such pressure. तो after carefully considering, also there was certain financial constraint. तो मेरे को वो भी एक थोड़ा उसी टाइम से I used to think कि ऐसा कुछ ना मैं चूज़ कर लूँ कि आगे जाके वहाँ पे कुछ challenges आएँ if I have to do certain courses and everything. So I played safe certain there, so because maths was my interest. So I thought of making a career in teaching field. I thought I'll do BSc, MSc and PhD, and I'll become a maths professor. So I after considering all this factor, I decided this, and I was so adamant about this my decision that I didn't even take any entrance exam in the 12th. So but yeah. So then after 12th, so a couple of things changes. My father's financial conditions bit better. So then after getting consulting with my teachers, my relatives, my parents also, and I decided that I'll be doing the engineering. So but like I mentioned, I didn't give any entrance exam, so I had to take a drop for 1 year. So वहाँ पे I took 1 year gap. I prepared for the engineering entrance exams. I appeared in them. Unfortunately, I was not able to clear the IITs. But yeah, I got a admission in a good tier 3 college in Delhi NCR, MIT Meerut. And this is how I landed up in the engineering. Again in engineering, it was a good start. But subconsciously I was I always had this thing in my, I was not able to clear the IITs or any NITs, and starting 2-3 months I used to feel very upset about it, how about if I should have focus more on my preparation and give more time to my studies. But then I think if there are two things I can keep on regretting what I have not done or what I could have done, or another way is I just focus on where I am today and how I can do better, right? So then I started learning about coding. From that point and gradually I liking about the coding. So since when I used to like maths, so I gradually develop an interest in the coding part, and it becomes very easy for me at that time. So I also started participating in various coding competitions, and when I was in 3rd year I participated in TCS Code Vita, which is a coding competition which TCS organizes every year. Turning point came into my life. So as you know, in engineering at the end of 3rd year we need to do an industrial training we need to do, or you need to do some sort of internship with any other companies, right? So उस time I applied at couple of places, but unfortunately again I didn't get selected. Then at same time I was exploring what I can do, because it's a mandatory thing, you can't avoid. So then I came to know about this big data program which my college were organizing. So I took part in it because they were ready to consider it as a industrial training, and so I thought it would be a good thing. I do not have to move anywhere, and from my college itself I can do it. So I participated in it, and
बेसिकली आपकी बिग डेटा की जर्नी फिर वहाँ से स्टार्ट हुई.
Right, and this becomes another chapter of my life, and one of the reason where I am today.
सो शलभ बेसिकली जब हम टियर 3 में होते हैं तो इतना ज़्यादा हमें एक्सपोजर नहीं
Mhm.
होता, चाहे टॉप टियर 3 कॉलेजेस हों या तो ऐसे नॉर्मल छोटे शहर के कॉलेजेस हों, इतना एक्सपोजर नहीं होता।
Mhm.
और बेसिकली बिकॉज आई ऑल्सो कम फ्रॉम अ टियर 3 कॉलेज, तो बेसिकली जो टारगेट कंपनीज होती हैं यही सुनने में आता है कि इन्फोसिस
Mhm.
निकल जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, टीसीएस निकल जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है। और आपका तो
Right.
कोड वीटा में भी हो गया था। सो लाइक आप
Mhm.
डिजिटल प्रोफाइल के लिए या कोड वीटा वाली प्रोफाइल, वो जो अच्छी लेवल वाली प्रोफाइल होती है उसके लिए सिलेक्शन हो गया था।
Mhm.
So was that your target company to TCS, or you were targeting some other companies at the time of your placements?
Okay, so my target company keeps on changing. So when I was in first year, my target company was the MathWorks. It's a very famous company which create tool like called MATLAB. So when I was a first year, I get to know about this tool, and I was very much fascinated. I for sure wanted to go into that company. Then in second year, again this idea of which company I shall be choosing this changes. I started thinking about Google, Microsoft, and by the end of third year or at the start of fourth year, I was like, I at least secure at least one company. It could be anyone, TCS, Infosys, or anything, and then let's focus on getting more and more. So yeah,
Right.
of course, like I mentioned, I gave TCS in fourth year also. I gave TCS Code Vita, and based on that, I got an opportunity to get interviewed with TCS, and there I got the off-campus placement.
So once you got selected in TCS, did you join the company?
Yeah. So I started my career with TCS because
Okay.
that was the only one of the better. I was having offer from another company as well, but that was the better offer.
सो क्योंकि आपने कोडिंग कर रखी थी और आपने बिग डेटा पे भी सॉर्ट ऑफ इंटर्नशिप कर रखी थी, सो जो आपको प्रोफाइल टीसीएस में मिली वो डेटा से रिलेटेड प्रोफाइल थी या कोई और प्रोफाइल थी?
Yeah, so basically, when I decided to join TCS, I was not clear whether I'll be getting into the data field or big data field. But there are a lot of uncertainties. Initially, they never mentioned which field you will be going into. But
हाँ.
luckily, I was part of the big data training which TCS the ILP training which TCS gives to the fresher. So I was part of that big data training in that, and later after completing the training again, I got an opportunity to start work on big data and cloud itself. Yeah, so I would say
Okay.
with uncertainties I started, but yeah, I was lucky to get myself into big data itself.
Got it. So what exactly is big data, and is it a field of data engineering only?
Yeah, so basically, first I'll explain you what is data engineering. So data engineering is nothing but anything related to data. What we do is comes into the data engineering. It start from collecting the data, कहाँ से हम data लेकर आएंगे, फिर उसको कैसे हम process करेंगे, कैसे उसको store करना होगा, क्या schema define करेंगे, कहाँ पे store करना होगा, कितने time के लिए करना होगा. So all these things comprises the data engineering. Okay. Now what is big data? Big data is just a term we give it to a type of data. So there are 5 V's which defines whether a data could be big data or not. So these 5 V's are velocity, means the rate at which data is getting created, the volume कि कितना साइज है उसका, छोटा सा डेटा है केबी में या फिर पेटाबाइट्स स्केल का डेटा है. थर्ड वन इज़ द वैल्यू कि जो डेटा हम डील कर रहे हैं उसकी कुछ वैल्यू क्रिएट करता है कि नहीं, या फिर ऐसी कुछ भी जंक हमने हमारे पास आ गया है, राइट. नेक्स्ट इज़ द वैरायटी कि डेटा की क्या वैरायटी है, कि वो स्ट्रक्चर्ड फॉर्म में लाइक सम टेबलर फॉर्मेट में डेटा है या फिर अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड है, जैसे कि कोई ऑडियो हो गया, वीडियो हो गया, राइट. और इट कुड बी सेमी स्ट्रक्चर्ड एज वेल, लाइक जेसन फाइल्स हो गई, एक्सएमएल फाइल्स हो गई, राइट. एंड लास्ट इज़ दी वेरासिटी कि जो हम डेटा लेकर आ रहे हैं वो कुछ हमें वैल्यू एड क्रिएट करने में पॉसिबल करेगा या नहीं करेगा, राइट. सो अगर कोई भी डेटा इन 5 वीज को फुलफिल करता है तो दैट बिकम्स बिग डेटा. और जो भी हम डेटा इंजीनियरिंग में करते हैं अगर वो इस पर्टिकुलर बिग डेटा टाइप के साथ हम कर रहे हैं तो वो एक बिग डेटा इंजीनियरिंग हो जाएगी आपकी.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So what sort of salaries do we expect for the big data engineers, like right from the fresher? तो जैसे जैसे करियर ट्रैजेक्टरी बढ़ती जाती है, प्रोफाइल्स अपग्रेड होती जाती हैं, so what sort of salaries we can expect?
So salaries, as you know, in India, काफ़ी पे disparity है, right? It also depends upon companies to companies, project to project, and also depends upon uh, what was the criticality of that position at that time. It can happen कि आप जब join कर रहे हो उस time कोई critical नहीं है, but they wanted to hire someone, तो वो obviously आपको low पे hire करेंगे, right? But उस time कुछ critical आ गया है, especially in service based, right? अगर कुछ client के ऐसे requirement आ गया है within a week और within 15 days आपको position fill करनी है, तो डेल ट्राई कि अगर अच्छा कोई हाई पे भी आ रहा है तो हम उसको लेकर आ जाते हैं, राइट? बट इन जनरल इफ़ यू सी लाइक टीयर वन कंपनीज और टॉप प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज, यू कैन सी फॉर फ्रेशर इट कैन स्टार्ट बिटवीन again 8 to 10 lakhs if you are just fresher, zero experience, and then if you get some experience of around 3 to 6 years, you can go till in the range of 20-25 as well. Of course you can find companies like Google, Microsoft, where you can get more, but I'm just talking about except these fan companies, right? Okay. And in tier 2 basically you can expect certain lower, like again for 3 to 6 experience you can get between 15 to 20. But like I mentioned, there is a lot of variables here how salary would be decided. So and if you want to know कि कितना exact किस company में मिल रहा है, so you can check. There are a lot of apps available right now, like levels.fii, Glassdoor, Fishbowl, where you can find out कि क्या सैलरी उस टाइम पे चल रही है. ऑल्सो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन उस टाइम मार्केट सिनेरियो कैसा है, राइट? सो करंटली दिस ईयर हैज़ बिन क्वाइट ए लो मार्केट, यू कैन से. तो अभी इतनी रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, तो डेफिनेटली यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट सर्टेन लोअर सैलरीज एट लोअर एंड.
Got it.
Okay.
So, is there any friction for freshers to enter into this field?
There is no as such friction if you get your basics clear. So basically, see, this is the field around the data, right? So first thing, if you know basics of, if you know SQL, right, SQL. So basically, you can easily get selected as a fresher. SQL and one coding language, if you know, so you will be good to go. And obviously, because nowadays there is a, you can get access to any technology very easily on the internet, right? So अगर आप उसमें बिग डेटा का थोड़ा आइडिया ले लेते हो, क्लाउड का थोड़ा आइडिया ले लेते हो, सो इट विल बी ईजी फॉर यू टू get hired as a into big data even for a fresher. Like every company has their own training module as well. So even if आपको just basic programming और SQL भी आती है, तो that should be enough. But yeah, if you know basics of big data, basics of cloud, तो वो एक easy हो जाएगा आपके लिए. You will get an upper end. But this is just for fresher answer.
So is big data somehow related to cloud technologies?
Okay, yeah, they are related. So I'll explain you how. So basically, आप suppose करते हो you are in a project, तो आप identify करते हो कि ठीक है, my requirement is related to big data और मेरे को एक big data का project execute करना है, right? So next thing comes to your mind कि कहाँ पे execute करोगे, right? आप laptop पे करोगे और you will find some servers, you will purchase some servers, right? So basically here where cloud gives you an added advantage, right? So cloud क्या है? Cloud is nothing but where you can execute your projects, right? कहाँ पे आप deploy करते हो अपनी चीज़ें, कहाँ पे वो, अगर आप कोई वेबसाइट बना रहे हो तो वो कहाँ रन होगी, या फिर आप कोई इन बिग डेटा इन डेटा इंजीनियरिंग भी क्रिएट डेटा पाइपलाइंस, राइट? तो वो कहाँ पे कोड आपका एग्जीक्यूट होगा, राइट? तो आपको उसके लिए एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए विच क्लाउड्स प्रोवाइड यू, राइट? नाउ अब क्लाउड में क्या है कि आपको नॉट ओनली जस्ट दे प्रोवाइड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, दे ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड मैनेज सर्विस ऑल्सो, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल बिग डेटा के लिए एक बेसिक सर्विस इज हडूप यूनिट, राइट? सो हडूप या तो आप खुद से इंस्टॉल कर लो किसी एक सर्वर पे, या फिर यू कैन गेट ए मैनेज सर्विस विच इज वन ऑफ द एग्जाम्पल इज डेटा प्रोक, राइट? सो वो एक मैनेज सर्विस है GCP जो प्रोवाइड करता है, आप वो यूज़ कर लो. बट अंडरलाइन यू शुड बी नोइंग कि बिग डेटा कैसे काम करता है, कैसे स्पार्क और हडूप काम करता है, तो ऑब्वियसली तभी आप क्लाउड को यूज़ कर पाओगे, राइट?
ठीक है. So what resources did you follow to learn big data?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I joined this big data program which my college organizes. So उस टाइम मैंने स्टार्ट तो उसी से किया था. वहाँ पे आई गेट ए बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ बिग डेटा कि बिग डेटा हडूप क्या होता है. अर्लियर देयर यूज्ड टू बी ए framework which is MapReduce. So Hadoop, MapReduce were two things from which I started. But now with advancement in technologies and new tools coming into the picture, Spark is now the very hot topic in the big data, right? So from there I started. Then I for big data specifically, there is a book on big data, definitely a Hadoop guide, which I followed at that time. This is from O'Reilly publication, and apart from it, for Spark I mostly followed the Spark documentation only. Apart from it, like for coding and all, like Python coding, SQL, I mostly followed the HackerRank. So definitely doing a course is one thing, but important thing is the implementation part, right? So for
Right.
like basic coding like and SQL as well, you can use platforms like HackerRank, Lead Code, right? There you can get coding questions, SQL questions, जहाँ पे आप वो practice कर सकते हो. But for big data, I use couple of things. One was the Linux Academy. So Linux Academy basically what it used to do, there were certain courses and एक ये sandbox environment provide करता था where you can execute the big data project. So that I've used, but now Linux Academy is no longer. That companies has been acquired by a couple of more companies. It was acquired by Cloud Guru, and then Cloud Guru is acquired by the Plurals right now. So that was one platform. Apart from it, if you see this, all the major cloud providers provide certain free services to you. So what I used to do, I started with the AWS cloud. So there I took advantage of those free credits or services, and there I started implemented my big data project. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है ना कि हर एक क्लाउड, बिकॉज दिस क्लाउड इज न्यू इनटू द मार्केट रिसेंटली इन 8 to 10 years you are hearing all these terms, right? So what they are doing is कि so that everyone is aware, everyone is get used to this cloud platform, तो वो एक फ्री सर्विस, फ्री क्रेडिट्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं जहाँ पे आप उनका जो सर्विसेज है फ्रीली यूज़ कर सकते हो. तो वहाँ पे आपको एक मशीन, एक लाइनेक्स सर्वर मिल जाएगा जहाँ पे आप अपनी पूरी एंड टू एंड अपना प्रोजेक्ट सेटअप कर सकते हो. तो आप वो यूज़ करके यू कैन ईजिली गेट हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस.
ठीक है. So someone who's having a weak coding background, can that person come into this field easily?
I would not say easily. Definitely, some extra, efforts would be required at its hands. But yeah, I would say you don't have to be an expert at coding, right? For data engineering or big data field, even if you are at the medium level, you would be easily, able to survive in this field. So no, most of the projects don't want to be expert at solving like tree level problem or very hard problems, right? They don't want to invent things. They just want you to understand the basics, how things are working, and implement those. You just need to understand how a particular technology works and how I can use it. Okay. So yeah, definitely, even if you are at the medium level of coding, you can do good in this big data or data engineering. Also, one important thing is the SQL. So SQL अगर आती है आपको, तो SQL is basically कि you need, once you have the data, right? So what you will be doing? You will be processing it. आप उसके around कुछ analysis करोगे, right? So SQL is a very great tool, and if you know SQL, definitely it will be an added advantage.
So now talking about the interview part, so can you tell me about how was your interview experience right from TCS till Walmart? किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं बेसिकली इंटरव्यू में, कितने राउंड्स होते हैं?
Sure. So TCS, like I mentioned, this TCS interview was through coding competition, right? Codevita. So at that time, I remember उन्होंने खाली coding question what I have solved during that competition. They asked around question around that only, like why I implemented that particular approach and questions around कि कैसे उसको और optimize कर सकते हैं. तो उसके around coding questions थे. And there were just 2 rounds only. One was coding, questions related to coding and majorly how to optimize the code, and second round in TCS was the behavioral round, which HR takes. So there also basically, since I was they were taking the fresher only, so they just wanted to understand कि क्या mindset है, कि whether you are really interested in joining the TCS, and if you are interested, why you want to join the TCS. So questions around those they have asked me at that time. In the second company, at the math company, there because at that time I was around 3 years, having around 3 years of experience. So there they were more. So definitely one round was around coding in SQL. They asked me questions related to the coding, again same till medium level. And in SQL also they have asked problems around in SQL they have asked around medium to hard problems as well. Okay. And then in the second round, at that time it was about it was around the projects and what I've did, and since I was already working on the big data, so around big data or Spark around questions रहते उसमें. And third round was mainly managerial round only.
ठीक है.
Then third company I was part of Airtel Africa, so which is a product based company. So in that again first at that time I was having experience of around 3.7 years. So again first round the coding part, and then second round was again around big data, what all things I've done, questions around big data and Spark they have asked me, and some sort of touch base around HLD as well. कि सिस्टम डिज़ाइन के अराउंड भी क्वेश्चंस उन्होंने पूछे थे एट दैट टाइम. एंड या थर्ड राउंड वाज अगेन मैनेजरियल, सो नथिंग मेजर. And in the Walmart, which is my current company, so in Walmart also I had 4 rounds. So one was a quick short introduction round with the manager, so where basically you talk about what all things you have done and manager will talk about the role itself. Okay. Then second, so basically they just try to get a glimpse of whether you are fit for just a cultural fit, or the role for which they are writing. So they just at a very high level they try to understand कि आप fit होगे कि नहीं होंगे उसमें. Then second round, which was the main technical round, it was again around coding question only. So I think 2 or 3 coding question I was asked. And third round was around so when I was giving interview for Walmart, it was I was having experience of around 5 years. So at 5 years of level you can expect questions around HLD and in certain cases LLD as well. So system design becomes a very important round, because coding you are doing already, right, for 5 years 6 years. Then second most important things comes into the picture कि आप how you think about the system, कैसे end to end आप कैसे डिज़ाइन करोगे, आप end to end सोच पा रहे हो कि नहीं, right? It's not just about coding. So second round was HLD, mostly HLD as well as questions around optimization as well, कि mostly Spark optimization I was asked. And then this was third round, right, which is HLD and optimizations, performance related questions. And then last round again was with the manager, so again behavioral kind of round. Nothing much. Just they want to understand what is your whether you will be good cultural fit or not, those kind of things.
Got it. Now talking about the certifications, so can you tell us some certifications that we can have for coming into the data field or the cloud field?
Sure. So one of the certificate could be around the one of the programming language itself, या तो आप if you are good at Python तो Python का certificate कर सकते हो. So there is one Python Institute org which provides which is a vendor for Python certificate. Then for big data and cloud, so basically there are major vendors like AWS, we have Microsoft, Google. All these vendors have certifications around the data engineering as well as cloud as well. So हर एक का अपना एक like GCP will have Google Cloud Data Engineering Professional Certificate. Similarly for cloud as well, they have the Cloud Associate Certificate. So all Microsoft also provide करता है. AWS में भी same 2 types of certificate हैं, and Databricks also provide you certificate. So for Spark, if you want to do certificate in Spark, so you can go with the Databricks Spark certificate. It's a good one, and though it is given by Databricks vendor, but it purely asks questions around Spark only. There is nothing related to Databricks. One thing I would like to highlight is कि अगर आप Google का दोगे तो Google Data Engineering Certificate में they'll ask questions around कि जो Google का platform है. Basically they wanted to assess कि you can do data engineering using GCP cloud. Similarly अगर आप AWS में करोगे तो they assess कि data engineering using AWS, right? So this is one thing one should keep in mind. So definitely 70 to 80% would be core data engineering, which is independent of any platform, any framework. But around 30% they'll ask questions related to specific to their environment. Also, so one more point I would like to highlight is कि it's good to have certificate, but there is also a cost part related to it. If you see the costing, around 15 to 20K is the general average cost for any of the certificate you would go. So I would say
That's right.
having certificate is good, but also keep in mind it will just only help you in clearing the resume filtering round, right? If we talk about getting a job, so it will help you just in resume filtering. After that, what matters is your skills, what all things you know, right? So
That's right.
it's so doing a certificate should be list in your priority list. First focus should be on building the basics, getting to know about technology, and after that, if everything is done and you have that kind of money as well, like then you can think about certificate as well. Because obviously, if uh, कुछ भी गलत होता है, if you are not able to clear that, obviously you'll think like 15-20K तो एकदम चला जाएगा, right? So
Yeah,
I have
that
also
makes
done
sense.
certificate. I've also done certificates couple of, but I always take advantage of this learning incentives what every companies give. So I used to get reimbursed from there. So I have done all the certificates in free. Also,
Okay.
one more hack you can do is if you follow like these vendors on their social platforms like LinkedIn and all, time to time they keep on organizing certain events where they give you
हाँ.
certain vouchers to do their certificate. So there you can get some discounted voucher or sometimes even an 100% discount voucher as well. So just keep on following these companies.
That will be helpful. So, can you
Yeah.
tell us some projects also that a fresher should make?
Sure. So I think if you are thinking like basics things you have done, like understanding of Hadoop or Spark or SQL as well. So you can start with couple of basic projects. One project what you can do is social media trend analysis, very basic and very well known project. So basically here what you do, you try to get some data from different social media platforms. It could be Twitter, Instagram, or even LinkedIn as well. And there you try to find out the, based on the different comments and posts, you try to find out the sentiment of that particular post. Another could be again very basic is cloud data analysis. So what you can do is you can get some weather data which you can easily find out on the internet, and idea would be to build an end-to-end pipeline where you are collecting the data from a particular source. There are APIs available from using which you can download this data, and basically this data would be in raw format, so you would have to clean as per your need. And once the data cleaning part is done, so आप कुछ analysis perform कर सकते हो, कुछ कि क्या एक particular trend है but weather का, so this kind of analysis you can do. Once another next step or next kind of project could be you can think about data lake implementation. So data lake implementation, basically what you can do is कि you'll be creating a data lake and you'll be uh, getting data from multiple sources and try to store it at the single place. So this could be another project. And if you are if you have covered advanced topics like real time streaming as well, so uske around भी you can do some projects around real time data processing. So these could
Got
be
it. Got it.
projects which one can make, and which you can highlight, or not even highlight, you can think of these projects as and hands-on implementation kind of thing.
Yes, definitely. So, coming to the end of the podcast, any advice that you would like to give to the freshers who are preparing or targeting to come into the data field?
Sure. So first advice would be just focus on fundamentals and try to build your skills in T-shaped format. So in recent years, this is a new things which has come into picture, which is T-shaped skills. So so how T looks like, it is having a lot of breadth in horizontal and at certain depth as well, right? So what they say, this is one of the learning strategy where they say you get an depth in a particular field. Like you are saying, I'm going into the big data. So in big data, you will get an specialization. You will be an expert at big data. But to survive, you just don't limit yourself at big data. To enable any big data projects, you need other things as well. You need cloud. You need an understanding of orchestration tools, right? So try to build एंड हॉरिजॉन्टल नॉलेज स्किल्स एज वेल. आप उसको एक्सपेंड करो कि जस्ट ऐसा ना हो कि आपने एक बिग डेटा सीख लिया तो आप बस वहीं आप स्टॉप हो गए, राइट? तो बिग डेटा तो डेफिनेटली आप उसमें एक्सपर्ट बन जाओ, बट अदर टेक्नोलॉजी जो उसके साइड में चलती हैं, ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन टूल, लाइनक्स, राइट, और क्लाउड हो गया, तो वो आप उसमें और जो जो भी टेक्नोलॉजीज है, कुबरनेटिस हो गया, तो वो आप सीखते रहो, वो उसमें आप हॉरिजॉन्टल कर लो कि आप उसको बेसिक आइडिया कि क्लाउड कैसे काम करता है, लाइनेक्स ऐसे करता है,
राइट।
तो वो सब आप उसमें जितने ज़्यादा आप एक्सपेंड करोगे तो यू विल गेट ए गुड टी स्कोर देयर एंड डेफिनेटली यू विल लर्न मोर एंड आप एक अच्छा आप इन आउटपुट दे पाओगे इन जो जिस भी प्रोजेक्ट में आप काम कर रहे हो.
Wow, that's an amazing advice. So, Shalabh, it was great interacting with you. मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया and it was really an informative podcast. I really enjoyed it. So, thank you so much for coming on my channel, giving your time and sharing all the insights to us.
Well, thanks to you to inviting me. I also had a great time.
So guys, शलभ का टॉप मीट का लिंक सो दैट यू कैन कनेक्ट विथ हिम वन ऑन वन मेंटोरशिप वो मैं प्रोवाइड कर दूंगी एंड साथ साथ मैं उनका लिंक्डइन का भी लिंक प्रोवाइड कर दूंगी सो दैट यू गेट कनेक्टेड विथ हिम. बाकी अगर पॉडकास्ट अच्छी लगी है सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट दैट लाइक बटन, शेयर इट टू योर फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द बेल नोटिफिकेशन सो दैट यू गेट नोटिफाइड जब भी मैं कोई नया वीडियो डालूँगा. थैंक यू सो मच.